Yo, it's your boy Dre Don 16, and today I'm here with a quick video to basically talk about the upcoming NBA season. I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing basketball fans talk about basketball season. Basketball season is over, and football season is here. But I'm going to give my thoughts and my predictions on the Western Conference in the NBA for the 2013-2014 season. ESPN put out a list of, what their predictions for the Western Conference. And my team, the Los Angeles Lakers, were listed at number 12 in the West. And I disagree with that. I know Kobe's coming back from the injury, and he's not expected to play the whole next season, but he is way far ahead in his schedule. And I have chosen my 8 playoff teams from the Western Conference. And I'm basically just going to name them and give my insight on the East, in which I will make a video on on the 8 teams who I choose to make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. That will be a later video though. This today will be I know I keep repeating myself, but this will be I'm gonna give my picks, basically my 8 playoff teams in the Western Conference this year. Number 1, this is my predictions. I choose the San Antonio Spurs. I feel like they will get the top seed next year because losing last year, the type of player that Tim Duncan is, the type of coach Greg Popovich is, Tony Parker, Ginobili, Danny Green, those guys are hungry. Danny Green, the younger guys for the Spurs are hungry. And they add Bargnani. I mean, what is his name? Not Bargnani, but I can't think of his name right now, but they added him. The Italian guy, he's going to play some of Ginobili's minutes. He's going to replace Ginobili a little bit, play some of his minutes, even it out real good. I think the Spurs know how to pace themselves great throughout the season with their experience. And I think they will take the number 1 seed in the West next year. The number 2 seed, I picked the Oklahoma City Thunder. I choose them at number 2 because the departure of Kevin Martin will really hurt them. And I don't mean to get too, aggressive, but I think Kendrick Perkins is an absolute waste of fucking space at this point. I don't think he should be a starter in the NBA. I think this dude's a bomb. He's not that good a defensive player. He's terrible on offense. He's too short to defend most centers, even though the centers in the NBA aren't that good. But I think having Kevin Durant and having Russell Westbrook back, a healthy Russell Westbrook, and I think he'll kind of be trying to figure it out for the first part of the season. And I think they'll get the 2nd seed easily, if not 1st seed. Still don't count them out the 1st seed. My number 3 team is a team. This might be a surprise to some, which is not a surprise to me at all. My number 3 seed, I think, in the West will be the Golden State Warriors. Because they, to me, are the hungriest team in the West. They have the deepest roster. They have one of the best coaches. Steph Curry. They added Andre Iguodala, so that means Green and my boy Barnes will come off the bench. They will now come off the bench. They will now both come off the bench. Iggy will start. You got Klay Thompson. You got Steph. They added Jermaine O'Neal, another veteran who can stir them straight. I think sky's the limit for the Golden State Warriors, man. If they stay together, man, I am guaranteeing that they win a title if they stay together. This team is really good. Number 14, the Los Angeles Clippers, who people are really picking to maybe win the West this year. I don't see why. They lost. Um, they lost. What is his name? They lost a starter. My brain's really like spinning right now. What's the guy from Kentucky? He went to Parker High School. The little guard. What's his name? They lost him to the Suns. I mean, this team really isn't that good. And Doc Rivers has always been overrated to me. Always. So I'm not really feeling that. My number 5 team would be the Houston Rockets. Easily. They should easily be a top 5 seed. If they're not, I think they will be good this year. They got James Harden. They added Dwight Howard. Great coaching, Kevin McHale. Good coach. I'm not gonna say great because he was a great player, but good coaching, Kevin McHale, Jeremy Lin, Aaron Brooks, the new guy. I can't. You remember my brain's killing me right now. I can't think of anything. Number 6, a surprise. My Los Angeles Lakers. One, 2 words. Kobe Bryant. Paul Gasol is gonna be more comfortable. A full training camp. Steve Nash full season. Hopefully, added Nick Young. Might be adding Odom. Could be adding Shannon Brown. I think this team could. I think this team's gonna make the 6th seed, even if they don't add anyone else right now, because I think Kobe's gonna play at least December, November, December. I think he's gonna at least play then. My number 7 team is a team that's going to drop a lot because of their coach, and people are really saying, "Oh, I think they could have a chance." Their coach did a lot for this team. They did not have a elite score like every other team has. Most teams have in the West, and that is the Memphis Grizzlies. I really think with a full season without Rudy Gay, because Rudy Gay got them damn near half those wins. A full season without Rudy Gay, I'm not gonna say he got half of them, but he contributed. A full season without Rudy, which I will talk about the Toronto Raptors because I think they are a playoff team, as well as the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they are a playoff team. There's no growing pains now. They should make the playoffs, those 2 teams. But I'll talk about that on a later video. The Grizzlies are not going to be as good as they were last year. Period. No Rudy Gay for the full season. No guy who can score just straight up for them. They have the best 2 big men combination. We'll have to see what a Dwight and a Sheik do. I doubt that they do top that. And I think they should be really good. I think they should make the playoffs at least. My number 8 team. It's a lot of teams out there that you can put in there. But I'm going for the wild card. I'm picking with the most least threatening name in the NBA, the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm picking the Pelicans to win. I love the offseason moves that they made. I have had faith in Eric Gordon since I was in 7th grade, and I watched him play high school on the phone with my homie, watching him play. We was on the phone like the whole game, just watching this dude play, and we knew this dude was gonna be raw. A lot of injuries to set him back, but I think he's gonna be ready next year. I think my man Unibrow is gonna be on and popping. I think he's gonna average 18-11 next year, man. They added a couple of more people. Um, they added a couple of guys. I'm gonna try to look up their roster real quick while I'm on the video. This is straight. I'm not gonna edit because I haven't really got the hang of editing yet, and or talking it seems. But I really feel like this team is gonna have what it takes to get that seed, because and they have a great young coach. I mean, they got Tyreek Evans, Drew Holiday. I, they should make the playoffs. It's no excuses, I don't think. Other teams, you got Dallas Mavericks, you got Minnesota, you got Portland, and I think all these teams will put ahead of the Lakers. I don't think any of these teams can beat the Lakers. You saw what Kobe did to Dallas this year. You saw what Kobe did to Portland this year. You saw what the Lakers did to Minnesota without Kobe. I mean, even though I like Kevin Love, but I don't think he's a top player. I think he's a perfect second banana behind someone. Perfect second banana. But I'm gonna just look at the rosters for them. I'm gonna just look at the rosters for them. Monte Williams is a great coach for the Pelicans. They added Drew Holiday, Tyreek Evans. They got my boy um Anthony Davis, and I just think they have the guards. They got Anthony. They still got Robin Lopez. They got a nice little bench on them. I think that they should make the playoffs. I don't think Portland have quite enough. I think they have a better bench than Portland actually. I still think Austin Rivers is a decent player, and I think he'll be a decent player in the NBA. I think he still should have stayed at Duke a couple of more seasons, but I think he'll be a decent player in the future in the NBA. And that's basically my picks. And I'm gonna touch on the Clippers more because people are overrating the shit out of the Clippers. My God, the Clippers are not gonna be that good, people. They're gonna have to learn a whole nother offense. They lost who did they lose? Caron Butler is coming back now. They lost Caron Butler. They lost Drew Bledsoe. What is his name? Bledsoe, Eric Bledsoe, Drew Bledsoe. You remember him? They lost Eric Bledsoe. And they added on people who are slower. This is gonna slow down their running attack. When Chris Paul's not out there, I keep saying Drew Bledsoe, but Eric Bledsoe is the guy to take over and give people problems. The reason why the Miami Heat deep down did not want to see them in the series. Nobody's gonna really be stressing them anymore because they don't have. I always said the Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers are not gonna go farther than. It doesn't matter what coach they get. They can get Phil Jackson. It doesn't matter what coach they're gonna get. The Los Angeles Clippers are not gonna go any farther Then the second round with Blake Griffin as the second scorer on that team. It's the second option, maybe even the first option on that team. Period. They're not gonna do it. They can't because he's just not that good of a player. He's developing, but I think he will never be that type of player. He will never be that Tim Duncan, that Dirk Nowitzki, that Chris Webber, that Kevin Garnett, that Kevin McHale, that Charles Barkley type of player. He will be the Shawn Kemp type dude who can dunk. He's athletic, but he's not that good of a scorer. That's in the '96 series against the Bulls, the Seattle Supersonics. They had the best point guard in the league, had one of the best coaches in the league, but they could not beat the Bulls because they didn't. Their second option was Shawn Kemp, who Shawn Kemp's better than Blake Griffin. Shawn Kemp was just not good enough. Didn't have much of a post game. Blake Griffin doesn't have. He has a shit post game. He's shit. He has a shit jump shot. He's gotten better. He cannot stay healthy in the playoffs. His body's so beaten down. Him and LeBron probably take the most shots, the most beating in the league. Dwight, LeBron, him, a couple of more guys take the most beatings. Kobe, but their bodies can hold up, and this guy just cannot hold up. Blake Griffin cannot hold up taking all that banging. LeBron shoots more and shoots outside more, but Blake Griffin cannot take the banging. Dwight can take the banging, but Blake Griffin can't. He just can't. I don't see why people are overrating the shit out of them. I think they will get home court. Maybe they're gonna have to battle Houston because I think James Harden and Dwight Howard is a way better 1-2 punch than Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. But Chris Paul and Blake Griffin actually have a slightly better supporting cast and the coach. But that could go either way. And I think the Houston Rockets could beat them in a series. I really do. Because you saw what happened. The Clippers had home court against the Grizzlies this year. Again, this is what I say. Chris Paul, people say Chris Paul's one of the best players in the NBA. He's the best player. He's the best point guard. If he doesn't do it this year, that we'll give him the pass. That pass is fucking gone. If Chris Paul loses this year in the first round or even the second round, I'm going to say that Derrick Rose is the best point guard in the NBA. Period. Because he's not getting the job done. Period. He's just not. That's why I had to go on and say, you know what? LeBron's the best player, man. I had to swallow my pride. I'm a Kobe fan for life. Swallow my pride. And say, hey, LeBron's the best player. He just is. Kobe's not delivering. But even though Kobe's not delivering, I can't put Durant over Kobe because Durant has not delivered yet without Westbrook. How do you lose to Memphis? Like, Memphis don't even have a go-to guy. The Spurs went in there and beat them so easily. And the Clippers got swept. They got lucky won those first two games. They got swept. OKC won one game. Got swept. Like, and I think Durant will come through. I think Durant will have a big season this year, man. I know that's like saying, yeah, I think Dwight's gonna get a double this year. That's stupid. It's like duh to say shit like that. But I think Durant's really gonna come out this year. Maybe even MVP status. Maybe even scoring title. But that's my thoughts and my predictions for the Western Conference for the 2013-2014 for next season. Until next time, Dre the Don 16, and I'm out.